If you have school-age children and looking to buy in Arvada, you might be asking yourself, how are the public schools? Or where are the best schools in Arvada? As a parent myself, I understand the important role schools play in determining where your family lives. Hi, I'm Dan Thomas. I'm a resident, parent, and realtor in Arvada, Colorado. Now, fair housing laws and ethics rules don't allow me to steer you towards any particular school. What I can do for you is provide you a few tips and resources so you can do your own research to determine which school is best for your family. Now, before I begin, it's important to note that Jeffco Schools allows choice enrollment, which allows any child in the county to attend any Jeffco school as long as there's space available. I'll make sure to link below information on that policy. Tip 1, go to the Jefferson County Schools website at jeffcopublicschools.org. So you've identified a home you are interested in. I'm going to show you how you can find the closest schools for that particular home using the school finder. So if you come over to school info and scroll down to school finder, and number 1 on that list gives you an option to input an address. So I'm going to type in an address to an Arvada home and then click it. And you can see you start with a map which will show you the closest schools in proximity to the address that you inputted. And if you scroll down further, you will see the schools listed that are on the map. And you'll see that there is a purple violet map pin which lists your neighborhood schools. Those are the schools that are assigned to the address that you inputted. And if you go down a little further, you'll see neighborhood schools with a blue pin. Those are schools that are tied to a different neighborhood, but they are close in proximity and they might be an option for choice enrollment. And down at the bottom here, you have a third option, which is a charter school. You know, a charter school is a public school operated by a community or a group. They may have different enrollment requirements, so I'll make sure to link information about each of these options in the description below. Now, another way you can search schools is to come over to school info, same thing, come down to school finder, but this time let's say that you have an academic program in mind. Maybe you have a child with a special need and you want to see what schools might offer services for that need. So we come down to number 3 here and the green button, we click that. Now it's going to ask you to pick a grade, so I'm just going to pick one, 6th grade. Again, you need to input an address, and I'm going to input the same one since I know it falls into Jeffco Public Schools. I select that, then click Next. And it's going to be different options, a lot of different programs. So I am just going to pick one here and select STEM and click Next. And then also some student selected programs that your child might want. So I will pick concert band and click Next. And again, we start with the map. And so actually 3 Creeks K through 8, so the neighborhood school tied to this address actually has a program, but it lists all the different programs that match that need. And what's a nice option is you can actually compare the 2 schools by just clicking 2 of them and clicking compare, and it gives you a side-by-side comparison of the different programs that are offered at each of the schools. Tip number 2, if you've narrowed down your school, you can head over to the School Insight page on the Jefferson County School website for more in-depth information such as demographics, test scores, and results from parent and family surveys. So once again, on the main page for Jeffco Public Schools, if we come over to school information and scroll down to School Insights, it's going to bring us a page, and then we go and click the first green box there, go to Insights. And again, this is the more in-depth information, demographics, surveys, test scores. So it pops up And again, you can research it at a lot of different levels. It starts with the district summary. I'm just gonna pick a school, any school here to show you. So Meiklejohn is an elementary school in Arvada. So you get the basic demographics for the school. And then up top, you have different options for more in-depth information. So if you click the school culture page, you're gonna get the breakdown of different surveys, from student surveys to family surveys and finally educator surveys. And then you can also research test scores, first with the statewide test scores and the different options that come from that. And then also the district test scores, and it will give you that information for that specific school, and you can research any school that you might be interested in. Tip 3, get feedback from other parents using Arvada Facebook groups. Most parents are willing to share their experience at a particular school. I will add a link to a couple different Arvada Facebook groups in the description below. Also, if you have a child with special needs, I will add a link to the Denver Special Needs Parents Community Group. Tip number 4, call the schools you're most interested in and ask for a tour. They also might have virtual or in-person open houses and information nights. Other schools have virtual tours on their websites, like Three Creeks K-8 in Northwest Arvada. Tip number 5, email the PTA or PTO president for their opinions. They have an intimate relationship with both the staff and the administration. Most schools have a link to the PTA or PTO on their school websites. Once you have narrowed down your choice of schools, I can search and show you houses available within its boundaries. If you found this video helpful, please check out my other videos about Arvada here. Thank you for watching.